Welcome everyone, this is Kerjims channel. Now we are back to our new episodes of two Syndra champions and comparison featured by Wild League of Legends versus the Mobile Legend Bang. But before that, please like and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click the bell icon so you will be notified to our next episode video. Let's do this!
Syndra is a ranged mage who focuses on creating and manipulating dark spheres to damage and disrupt her foes. When played to perfection, Syndra can take out her enemies without even taking damage back. Syndra's passive is Transcendent. All of Syndra's basic abilities gain a unique bonus at rank 5. Dark Sphere damages enemies in a small area and creates a dark sphere that remains for a few seconds. At rank 5, Transcendent causes Dark Sphere to deal bonus damage to champions. As Syndra's primary damage tool, I recommend maxing Dark Sphere as soon as possible. Force of Will picks up one of Syndra's Dark Spheres, an enemy minion, or a neutral monster. For the next few seconds, Syndra can reactivate Force of Will to toss her victim, damaging and slowing all enemies where it lands. At rank 5, Transcendent increases Force of Will's slow duration. For increased damage and slowing, Force of Will is a must-have by early levels and is worth maxing second. Scatter the Weak damages and knocks back all enemies in a cone. Syndra's Dark Spheres are also knocked back, damaging and stunning enemies they hit. At rank 5, Transcendent increases the width of the cone, allowing Scatter the Weak to hit more targets. For its great utility, take a point and Scatter the Weak early. However, I recommend leaving it at 1 point and maxing it last. Unleashed Power is Syndra's ultimate. Unleashed Power collects up all nearby Dark Spheres and fires them at target enemy champion, dealing damage with each one. While Syndra always has 3 Dark Spheres orbiting her, using Dark Sphere multiple times before using Unleashed Power will increase the damage output. As with all ultimates, I recommend maxing Unleashed Power as quickly as possible. In early laning, use your Dark Spheres and Force of Will to whittle down your opponents. If you cast them whenever your opponent attacks minions, you'll ensure he can't dodge them. As Xerath tries the last hit at his turret, Syndra is able to constantly drop his health. Soon after, Syndra pushes in with Dark Spheres, Ignite, and basic attacks, dealing just enough damage to drop his health and get away with it if it weren't for Evelynn. Syndra's level 6 burst is exceptionally high. While trading blows with Xerath, Evelynn comes in the game. Syndra first casts a Dark Sphere before using Unleashed Power, hitting with 4 spheres to pick up the kill. Remember that Dark Sphere enables all of Syndra's other abilities. As Syndra comes in to assist on a fight, Dark Sphere enables Force of Will to slow Evelynn, picking up a quick kill. Turning back, the enemy Blitzcrank is chasing Rengar, so Syndra drops a Dark Sphere over the wall for Scatter the Weak, stunning Blitzcrank and allowing Rengar to escape. If not for Flash, Force of Will would have allowed Syndra a second kill. When fighting one-on-one, get a Dark Sphere out and lead with Force of Will. The slow makes it easy to land Scatter the Weak for a stun, leading to another Dark Sphere. An immediate use of Unleashed Power and Ignite drops Xerath extremely low, allowing Syndra to flash for the kill with Dark Sphere. In teamfights, there are 3 goals. Stay safe, create as much disruption as possible, and save Unleashed Power for squishy targets with multiple nearby Dark Spheres. After taking down Rengar with standard abilities, Syndra turns to fight the enemies coming from the left. Force of Will slows down Blitzcrank before Unleashed Power deals immense damage to Evelynn, picking up another kill. Turning back to Blitzcrank, Dark Sphere into Force of Will sets up an easy stun with Scatter the Weak, making the chase an easy one as the rest of Syndra's team focuses down to pick up the kill. In one final fight, Dark Sphere into Scatter the Weak initiates on Blitzcrank. An immediate Force of Will slows him down, but a premature Unleashed Power should have been saved for later. As Blitzcrank chases down, Force of Will and Dark Sphere keep him away, and set up for an easy stun with Scatter the Weak. The stun makes Dark Sphere easy to land to grab the kill. Syndra runs over as 2 more kills are cleaned up before her attention is turned to Jace. Though far away, Dark Sphere into Scatter the Weak locks him up, enabling Syndra's second kill through Force of Will. I recommend building Syndra with a primary emphasis on ability power for damage output, with a few considerations for utility and durability. Try magic penetration marks, mana regeneration seals, magic resist per level bliss, and ability power quintessences. Consider 2109 masteries, focusing on magic damage and offense, plus mana regeneration and neutral buff duration and utility. I recommend Ignite and Flash for summoner spells, for damage output and maneuverability. For items, try opening with Boots of Speed, Health Potions, and an early Chalice of Harmony. Add Sorcerer Shoes and Rush for Rabadon's Death Cap. Because of Syndra's low cooldowns, Rylet's Crystal Scepter will add a lot of utility before adding more damage through Void Staff and Athene's Unholy Grail. Finally, adding Zhonya's Hourglass will help you survive when focused in fights while adding even more ability power.
Now Syndra is one of the hardest mids to play, but she is also one of the most rewarding. And there's a big debate on Syndra of Euro Mana versus Xerath's Embrace, which I will go over in this guide. Now this guide will cover stuff Syndra's masteries, runes, general gameplay, team fight ability, burst versus sustain, and just general items. Because I believe Syndra is a pretty damn good burst mage. Even if you go sustain, you can still do hella damage in just a single nuke. So yeah, it's just a standard page, obviously taking the Ignite, taking the CDR, the ability into the ignoring magic resist, having 2% more increased damage. I always take Spell Sword, normally on every single AP, just gives you a little bit more poke and that helps you CS a little bit easier. Get the AP here, a bit more AP again, and helps you with your nuke. Now this is a pretty good ability, Syndra, because generally you use your ult on a lowish target anyway. It's not always the case, but yeah, it helps you burst it down. And going into defense, you take the health, because I just like getting a little bit more tanky. Syndra is a pretty squishy champion, so that will generally help her a bit more in lane. And then these two I swap around depending on what I'm against. Now if I'm against an AD, I'll have 3 points in here, and I might not have any points in here, I might put 1 in the health regen. But this is my standard. If I'm just against a normal AP in mid, this is the page I would go. Okay, runes for Syndra. Standard again, like I go standard mastery page and I kind of go standard AP page on her. AP quints, mana penetration reds, mana regen yellows, which will help her sustain in lane, and flat MR blues. Now these will help her against a lane opponent that, you know, because Syndra is a squishy champion, it'll help her survive a bit more. Now I pretty much run this page against every single AP in the game. The only other rune page I'd use in Syndra is against an AD. Now this is the rune page I'd use. Now it runs basically more or less the same things. It has mana penetration red, AP flat quints, it has armor yellows, which obviously you need if you're going against an AD like Zed or Kha'Zix, so you just need that a bit more sustain. Obviously you'd go probably an early Zhonya as well, just to survive a bit easier. But then I've got also mana resist per level blue. Now you could change this depending if you have enough rune pages. Obviously you can see I've got 12, where if I pick up a bit more, you know, if I find I don't need one of these rune pages, I'd probably make another one, which would replace these mana resist per level to either flat AP or AP per level. Basically, I have this just in case the AP or jungler, just in case the enemy, has an AP jungler on top, so I do have a bit of MR. But if they have no MR, so just a flat AD team, then this page wouldn't be amazing because the MR gives me nothing. It would be better to have AP there. But these are my rune pages for Syndra. And here's some just general gameplay of playing Syndra. I'm against an Annie, and she's become a little bit more popular now, here and there since Polly's played her. Obviously I just burst the Annie with Ignite and managed to get a nice easy kill on her. Now that's something Syndra can do. She obviously can burst anything. At level 6 she is the highest burst, I believe, of AP of any in the game. As you can see from my items, I don't have any AP at this point. I have Tear of the Goddess. So you can imagine when I actually get items, my burst is going to go up a lot more. Now here you see me putting a ward down in the bush relatively near the enemy blue buff, but then I see a roaming opportunity bottom. The enemy bottom lane is overextended somewhat and it's enabled, you know, my junglers to come in and funnel them to our tribo. So I come in, pick up 1 kill on the Zyra, use my ult Caitlyn and pick it up with the Q. Now obviously I did miss stun there, but relatively it was an easy double kill for myself, and you know, that's just giving me a nice gold lead coming back into mid lane where there's 3 enemies. Okay, another clip where I'm just pressuring the Annie, just poking her as much as I can. You can see her turret is basically 1 hit from death. And it's basically with an Annie, obviously she can just flash tribute you and burst you straight down. So that's basically what she's trying to do now. She's looking for a flash. She flashes, I flash, just to try and get, like, not the initial burst on. Now, I was trying to stun her there, but the ball just disappeared. She just tibbers on me there. A DFG, using my ult, and she's dead. Pretty good burst from Syndra. Obviously, if you look at my items now, I've got basically the same as before, but I've got DFG with Tierra de Goddess boost and got health potions. Now, I was going to base at this point, but I see an opportunity near their red, where my top and jungler are fighting their top and jungler. At the moment, they're coming out on top, but Aurelia is really low. The Garen, obviously, with his ult, can probably burst her down. There's the Garen ult. Stun him up. Pick up the kill. Well, our jungler gets the kill, but I help secure it. Another good thing with Syndra is, you know, making her stun work. Now here's on 2v1 situation. I stun the Annie just before she uses Tibbers. This means the Tibbers lands basically just next to her. So that's a pretty good play by me, and that's something you also can do in Syndra. While running away, I keep stunning them, or keep hitting them with Q, and for some reason the Shyvana decides to try and go on me. Nuke her down, and then it just leaves the Annie. Now at this point I'm relatively fed, being 6-1-1. Obviously my DFG and ult is down, but I'm still feeling confident that, you know, I can pressure the Annie as I choose Tibbers. Push up my lane, but then I see an opportunity to bottom them. Hopefully I'm thinking they don't have any wards in their jungle, as I can just slip behind them. And as the Zyra in the mini-map you can see, she's going after ward. My bot lane instantly reacts to this going on the Kate. They nuke her down, and then basically they give me a then your mana is your item. If you want to go for sustain, then Seraph's Embrace is your item. Now I'm just going to go over a little bit of the math, not, you know, hugely, just these little calculations here. And starting with Seraph's Embrace, if Syndra has around 2,000 mana, Seraph's Embrace will give her 60 AP. Obviously, she could have a little bit more, a little bit less mana, but that's the mana I'm going to work with. Now the base damage of her ultimate at 5 orbs at max rank is 900 with an AP ratio of 1 AP. And if she has around 470 AP around this, you know, mid to late game of whatever game it is, and then you plus the 60 AP from Xerath, that means her ult in total with 5 orbs will be doing 1430 damage, which is pretty good. It's more so than, you know, most APs in the game with her ult. But now if you look at Muramana, same calculation, obviously taking off the 60 AP that she doesn't get from Xerath's Embrace, that means the ult would do 1370 damage. But with Muramana triggered on, if you look at the calculations, it would mean that the whole damage in total with her ult and Muramana prop would be 2500. Now, obviously this is not taking much resistance into account, mana penetration, etc. These are just the pure calculations of what damage would, you know, what would it do. As you can see, you know, it's 1,000 damage ahead going Muramana. This is why I play Burst Syndra, as you can burst anything in the game. And if their tank is not going MR, if they're going more armor, you can burst their tank down, you can burst their AD carry down, no problem. This is why I simply play Burst Syndra. Okay, in all the footage I have of me playing Syndra and just general footage, I don't actually have a proper team fight playing Syndra, but I can explain with a bit of gameplay going through. Now in Syndra, if you're going first, even if you're going sustain, you can generally take down their AD carry or AP carry if you've done well, generally. As you can see, I'm 150 CS and 2-0 in this game, so I've done fairly well. And my positioning in this isn't amazing, I get knocked back, but immediately I can burst down the AP carry drag. Get kicked out of the fight, which is lucky for me, because I should have died there. We managed to pick them off nice and safely. Now in a team fight with Syndra, as I was saying, just pick off a carry, because you have your amazing stun, that once you've used your ultimate on a carry, or whatever you've used it on,